I am here because I said I would go live like a week ago, and that didn't happen. And today I have a little time, so I want to talk about finances. So I got a couple of questions when I asked for them. So hey, Stacy. So I'm just here talking about how I got started. So with the financial journey, I am following Dave Ramsey, and how I got here. I talked about it on my podcast last week. So you make sure you listen to that episode for the full details of how everything happened. But pretty much living on the East Coast, cost of living is high. Paying stuff on credit cards, being grown, and going on vacations and all this kind of stuff, you end up just spending money. And then as you earn more money, if you don't have really a hold on what you were earning at one point, you're not going to have a hold on when you earn more. It's more money, more problems, essentially. And then along with me getting sick and having to pay bills when I didn't have income, and car issues and all of that stuff piling up, as well as moving across country, all of that, I ended up in a lot of credit card debt, and then I have a quadrillion dollars in student loans, which I'm not even addressing yet. I'm paying them, they are current, and that's all I can do for them right now, and just pray that they are forgiven. So I chose Dave Ramsey because I essentially had been doing the debt snowball before, and I wasn't really doing it thoroughly because clearly I was still in debt. And the one time I started kind of being more intense about it was right before I got sick. So clearly that was all the way out the window, and I really didn't pick it back up. I kept thinking like, okay, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start sending more money to credit cards, but it just never happened. And essentially I've got to a point now where I've been here for a year. I'm steady. I should be having extra money if I don't just frivolously spend. So I decided, no, it's time now. I need to pay off these cards. And if you looked at the chart I was doing on IG stories before that, I had the spreadsheet from Make Real Sense. Essentially, if I paid the minimum on my credit cards, it would take me over 30 years to pay it back, just because the minimums don't serve you at all, because you're going to pay a minimum of $40, $50, $100, but 80% of that is going to be interest. So you're going to be charged $80 in interest on that $100 payment. So it's just like you sent $20 in. So it's just going to keep spinning you in debt. And so I decided to just go ahead and start by cutting some things out. So I had a Sling TV subscription. I don't have cable. I cut that out a while ago. And that money should have been going somewhere, but it wasn't. But I cut cable and when I was in Maryland. So cut cable, and Sling TV was just $30 a month, but it's $30 a month I can use elsewhere because I don't really watch live TV. And if there's something that I want to watch, my grandmother has DirecTV. I can sign into her account and watch Manifest or Greenleaf or whatever online, and I don't have to watch it live. I have to get myself out of the habit of liking to see things live. I get a housekeeper to come to my house, and I thought about cutting out completely, but with my illness, I cannot predict how tired I'm going to be or how much energy or ability I'll have any given day. So my house can go from being spotless to extremely dirty because I just don't have it in me. So I consider that a necessity. But as I'm feeling better sometimes, and as I'm just trying to get into the habit of purging things and picking things up as I go, I don't need it bi-weekly anymore. Along with not needing it bi-weekly, I also decided to switch to a housekeeper who does more and is cheaper. So the company I was going with, they didn't do much stuff, and they were very expensive to not do anything. So I met with somebody, I hired a new housekeeper, so I'm going to essentially be cutting my housekeeping budget in half. I went through my bank account for the month previous and my credit card statements and found anything that I was paying for that I didn't really need. So I ended certain subscriptions, like I had a Microsoft Office subscription, but through my Dropbox I can use Microsoft Office online, or when I'm at work, I can use Microsoft Office, and it's not an issue. I have Audible. I'm gonna be getting rid of that soon. I just have credits. If I have credits, I'm not dying to use it every month. I've got books that I like and I've listened to them, but I'm not listening at a rate of a book a month at this point. So I have a few credits on hold, so I'm gonna go choose the books that I want and then cancel, because if you cancel before, you'll lose your credits. I'm also cutting back on my nails. So I had my nails done with dip and they had started to crack, so today I just went and got it soaked off and just got gel polish on. I'm gonna see how long the gel polish lasts, and if it does like it regularly does, because getting gel is about $15 cheaper, which means I can keep my nails looking decent. Otherwise, I'm just gonna cut it completely and just paint my nails at home. The other thing that I'm doing is I have a Massage Envy membership that I have tons of credits. And so they have a program now after they got sued that you can pause your membership. So I paused my membership for 4 months at a time and just try to use up as many of the massages and facials as I can, just so I can use them all up, and then I'm going to stop that for a while. I have a ton, so it'll be a while before I can do that, but that is the plan with that. And it's also something I have to budget for, because when you go, you have to tip. So I have to put that tip money into my budget. I'm also, if you watch the stories, cutting down on eating out drastically, because $5 here, $4 there adds up very quickly. If you $5 and $4 it 4 or 5 times a week, $25 that can go be half of a real grocery bill. So I've already stopped that pretty drastically. The food is amazing in New Orleans, but I can not go out as often as I do. As well, I thought I was doing okay. I would spend like $50 or so a week on groceries, and I'm gonna try to cut that back. I try to cut that back to $50 every 2 weeks, because I have a lot of food in my house, in my freezer, in my fridge that goes bad or I'm just not eating. So because of that, I need to eat that food. So this week I set myself a $15 budget to see what food I had in my house already and what I needed to add to it to make it full meals for the week. And I did stay under. I spent $12.91, I think. So that was great. So someone asked the question, another thing. So I go to Pilates. I consider Pilates crucial for my health and wellness. And I'm at an 8-pack. So I go 2 times a week. I have considered cutting it back to a 4-pack, which would be once a week, but it would honestly break my heart, and I don't know how it would affect my health, because I'm trying to make strides there as well. So we will see. But as of now, I'm probably going to keep it as it is. Someone did ask, how do I not spend elsewhere? So I'm do a zero-based budget. And a zero-based budget is that you take what comes in and you subtract everything out, your bills, everything, extra money, and you put it somewhere. It has to be allocated somewhere, whether it's to a bill, whether it's to pocket money, whether it's to savings, whether it is to credit cards. It's gonna go somewhere, so you know where every last dime of your money goes. And if you know where every last dime penny of your money goes, you can't spend it elsewhere without taking it from somewhere. So you're gonna have to be conscious about what you're taking money from to buy something else. So you can't take the money and spend it elsewhere, because you've already given it away to something else. And if you guys are interested in seeing how I do my zero-based budget, I'm still learning, but I am willing to share the journey of how I do it with you guys, just so you can learn with me if you're interested. So I'm gonna put up a poll to see if you're interested in seeing the budgeting next, And I think that's about all. I think I answered all the questions I got, the things I cut off, how do I not spend the money elsewhere, and how I started on the journey. So I think those are the main questions that I have gotten so far. I may do this more often. I may move it to YouTube so that I can actually use my computer instead of my phone to go live, so that you guys can see more stuff and like share my screen and see the budget and stuff as it's happening. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.